Hey Rockstars, Lid Shaw, and I'm joining you from NAMM 2020 at the Vanguard Audio booth to chat with Derek Barguer. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing really good. How about you, man?
I'm doing good, man. I know it's day one, but we're already exhausted and losing our voices, right?
Yeah, mine's pretty much gone because I'm real excited about microphones all the time, apparently.
Well, you know, Rockstars Vanguard has a beautiful line of microphones here, and as you can see, like this entire booth is gorgeous. But we thought we'd maybe focus on specifically something here, right?
Yeah, so I'd really like to focus on our tech-nominated V1S Plus Lolly, our V1 systems. They're multi-capsule pencil condensers, and we're really just excited about them. They kind of follow our philosophy of professional, affordable, and original. So the original part's really big to us. I don't want to be making clones because I'd be bored off my gourd if I was making clones all the time. And we want to do stuff that just sounds really, really good that we'd use in our own studios.
Hey, come on in a little closer so we just see this. Then we're going to go back and you're going to sort of show us the display case back there, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And then the other thing is we want it to be within the reach of the average musician. So even our most expensive kit that has 10 capsules, 2 match mics, all the capsules are match pairs, that's $11.99. So we want it to be within the reach of musicians, but still a very professional tool so they can spend more time creating and less time correcting for their tools.
Nice. So, well, let's go take a look at what this is all about. But basically, this is all part of the same kit, and we'll go around and check it out. So come on in. We'll check this out here. All right, so what do we got?
All right, so we'll start with something that seems boring, but is really important and critically overlooked by most manufacturers because they just view it as like an add-on, and that is the shock mount. So these shock mounts, these rings are actually aerospace grade O-rings that go in Boeing jet engines. Hopefully not the 737 MAX, but all the other ones, right? So these rings are super strong. They don't crack, they don't wear out. Normally, shock mount rings are elastic. It's the same stuff that holds up your underwear, and we know exactly how well that tends to work and last over time. So this is also die-cast zinc, and then this even is the only plastic part. It's high-impact ABS. The reason why is you don't want your mic to sag during the session. Plastic will bend and grip, and metal won't. So metal on metal is not great. Plastic on metal is a fantastic friction.
Nice, and I've seen some manufacturers make these where these will actually, the plastic itself will break when you try and tighten it hard enough.
Well, that's depressing. We also left this space for switches, so if you're using this with like a 451, this will also, by the way, fit like Royer 121s and all sorts of other microphones. You can get to the switches without moving your mic placement at all. So you can turn on your pad, you can turn on your roll-off, not move your mic and lose the placement that you spent a while getting.
Very cool, man. All right, cool. And so, awesome. So the mounting clips are killer. And then we've also got, what, a stereo bar in here too, right?
Yeah, stereo bar comes for free with the stereo kit. The stereo kit is double the price of each mono kit, but you get matching with all the capsules, and you get the stereo bar for free.
Cool. Plus, we get a really nice case.
Yeah, you get this really sweet case that does have our really sweet logo on it that also happens to be on my t-shirt for some reason.
Very nice, man. All right, well, so then let's look at the lollies, because these are gorgeous, man, and you're going to have to tell us where you got the inspiration for this design and show us how these heads kind of interchange and stuff. How does this work?
Yeah, so as far as the design, we've always really enjoyed taking like our cues from really nice classic cars, the minimalist, very sleek look. So you have this chroming on what is CNC machined aircraft aluminum. So this is super light. It's not going to take down your mic stand. This is actually a large diaphragm capsule on a pencil condenser. So the capsule's the same one that's in our V13 and our V44 and many of other mics, but it does cardioid and omni. So it will switch between the two. So you have a multi-pattern capsule, and then when you're done miking vocals or what have you, you take this fella off.
So it just unscrews right off there.
Just unscrews. And here's a wide cardioid capsule, one of the 4 capsules that come standard in the kit here. And then you just slide this fella on there. And now you have a pencil condenser, and you have 4 different options for your pencil condenser patterns depending on how tight or how wide you want your patterns to be.
Now, do we also have like a pad option with this, or is this does not have a pad on it?
This one doesn't have a pad. The reason why is this is actually a bit of a hot rodded, essentially a hot rodded Cam 84 style design. So it's a really high quality JFET on the top that we cryogenically treat into a really nice capacitor that we cryogenically treat into a custom wound transformer and out the back. That is the signal path on this microphone. But the JFET is really high quality, so you don't kind of have the distortion issues that you would have on a lot of the older KM84s. We could blow them up on accident, you know? So it's not going to take insanely high SPL. I don't recommend sticking this in front of a kick drum, for instance. But I have guys use this on a hi-hat. I have a guy that uses these on toms. Nice. It will take a solid amount of SPL and still sound really, really good doing it.
Well, I know the KM84 was a mic that a lot of people would choose for drums like hi-hats, acoustic guitars, things like that. And then I also know, working with Steve Albini, that like AKG 421s was something that he might choose for toms. So it's good to know that you could, similar pencil mic design, that you could use these on toms. It's cool.
Yeah, and they're unobtrusive, so maybe the drummer won't hit them as much if you have an experienced drummer.
Right, awesome. Cool, so each one of these is a different pickup pattern for the small capsules, right?
Yes, so this one's Omni. And then we have a wide cardioid, which is not something you often see. Then we have a cardioid and we have a hypercardioid. And these are all matched to each other, every pair of capsules, and each of these mic bodies is matched to each other.
Nice, and when we pull these out, if we touch the sides of the wood, does it set off a red buzzer like a game of Operation?
That's precisely it. Actually, we just send people to your house to kill you, so.
Good, I like that, man. Awesome. Well, what else do we need to know about this? What might be some really good use cases for these mics?
You mentioned acoustic guitar. In Nashville, we have a couple of engineers that use this pretty much exclusively on acoustic guitar now. It's an absolutely fantastic acoustic guitar mic. If you do bridge with the lolly and the neck with a cardioid, small capsule, for instance, you get a fantastic guitar sound. Piano, it sounds really good on. We put these on piano against 2 vintage C12s at Sunset Sound, and we won. So we're pretty excited about that.
Nice, man. Very cool.
And it'll do your vocals, it'll do your instruments. So if you're like a singer-songwriter, you're looking for one stereo set of mics to do your acoustic album, this will get you there.
Okay. Give us an insight into when we would pick a different capsule for using it, different use case.
Yeah, so a lot of it's like, for instance, with drum bleed, if you're using a hi-hat, using it for a hi-hat mic, you don't want a lot of the snares, so you're going to use this hypercardioid pattern, or as I fondly call it, the pooping butt pattern, because I'm a professional, obviously.
Nice.
But if you use that, you're going to eliminate more of the drum bleed, of the snare bleed, and even the toms and the cymbals from that hi-hat mic. If you're doing an orchestra, I have a guy that uses them in upstate New York for orchestra recordings at a university, and he really favors the Omnis because he's capturing the beautiful rooms that these orchestras are playing in.
Yeah.
My favorite tone-wise is actually the wide cardioid on acoustic guitars, but I have some guys that say, nope, it's the cardioids. So it's really a personal preference. As you open up wider, you tend to open up the top end a little bit, and you're reducing proximity effect.
Yeah.
So
okay, makes sense, yeah.
Depending on how close you're miking something, if you're getting too much proximity effect on cardioid and you move to wide, you're going to reduce some of that boominess, have to do less work in the box later on your mix, and you're still going to get a great sound.
That's great, man. Great tip. And of course, it depends on the guitar player and the guitar too. So, but that's a great explanation of the different use cases. So, dig it, man. Well, so anything else we need to know? Or maybe we just need to know where to go check it out and go get this.
You can go to VanguardAudioLabs.com and click on Find a Dealer. Any of our dealers worldwide can help you out with these. And as far as the configurations of the kit, we do them in mono or stereo, with or without the lolly capsule. So if you only want the small diaphragms in stereo or mono, we have that. Or if you only want one with the lolly on it, we also have that. So 4 different configurations depending on what your needs are.
Yeah, and I want to point out, Rockstars, that while this may be like, the deluxe kit where you get everything, generally speaking, like individual mics, these are some of the lowest price, most affordable mics you can get, and they're gorgeous and they sound great. So definitely check them out.
Here's the mono one, by the way, with all the plastic still on it because I forgot to take it off, but there you have it.
Nice. And then where should the Rockstars go if they're like, man, I really want to hear what these sound like right now?
Audio Test Kitchen's a great place to go. You can go to our SoundCloud, and we have real-world examples from world-class engineers using our mics on sessions. So you can hear guitars, you can hear drums, you can hear pianos, you can hear vocals on this mic on our SoundCloud. It has the tracking notes with preamps, with settings, with capsule choices. And then you can also download the full file from the link in the notes on each track.
Awesome. So that means you can hear it over your own speakers, a WAV file. I mean, great. Well, dude, thanks, man. We won't waste any more of your good voice there. You know.
It's never a waste to talk with you guys.
Awesome. Have a great NAMM. Thanks for watching, Rockstars. We'll see you guys around in the next video. Cheers.